Every parent has a burden to bear where they're not good at something, okay? If you ever meet somebody that's like, "Oh, I'm the perfect parent. I got it all figured out." That person's child is a fucking monster, and it just hasn't shown yet. Memorization style schooling that young kids go through just absolutely stunts every part of their growth and like the what is like the abominable human spirit type deal, you know? Like I think if kids were spending more time in school, have learning things in a gamified manner, I think it would be a lot. I think we'd see a lot better results because I feel like kids, especially young kids, would feel a lot more plugged into the education that they're receiving. Miss Rachel answers parenting question. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go see what Miss Rachel has to say while we build our empire here.
It's too hard. Hi, I'm Miss Rachel, early childhood educator and children's TV maker. I am here to answer your questions from the internet. This is Miss Rachel Support. This question is from Cora. Why do kids seem to love singing repetitive songs, even when it annoys everyone around them? Is there science behind it? Repetitive songs are great for kids because kids need repetition to learn. And songs with gestures are so great for kids because imitation is a building block of speech. So, Bills on the Bus is so genius for kids in so many ways because you're doing the motions, which are great for their brain. You're doing fun sounds, which don't have pressure with speech, like going beep, 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 and that's fun. It has that repetition that helps with language. It's such a great song for kids. I know it's annoying, but I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you it's great for them. I love this. It's Daniel Tiger Conspiracy.
My son has never been into the kids' songs and shit. It was like right out of the gate he had like such an older thing of music because I remember putting on like Wheels on the Bus and he's just like, "Dad, what is this garbage?" But then you put on Johnny Cash and he falls asleep. So I mean, like I don't know. I guess just never played a lot of those songs when he was little, but maybe that's why he's all fucked up now.
Positive Crest 8950.
Kidding.
What did she put on the TV? Our pediatrician said there's no rules for screen time when the child is sick or flying. And that checks out. I like it. I agree. When we were on a plane with Susie, we tried to do the Miss Rachel, Mr. Aaron live show. We were doing everything we could. We were doing the icky sticky bubble gum, and she would not stop screaming. And I'm thinking about the people around us. And we put on Miss Rachel, and she was like, "Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted you on the screen." So even I, as Miss Rachel, couldn't get my child to calm down on the plane without screaming.
Mom, I want you. I'm right here, dear. No, I want you on the YouTubes, not in real life. Give me the YouTube, Mom. That's funny. Boy, but that's gotta be awkward. Oh, what do we need here? Oh, birch plank. Yeah, I don't know. There's the kids started playing Fortnite, which is cool. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. I play with them a bunch. But the one rule I've implemented with the Fortnite is, hey, you can either play Fortnite or you can watch YouTube in a day. There's not one or another. And boy, what a difference! Him just not being on YouTube at all, like YouTube Kids or anything like that. It's just not watching. I actually kind of prefer it. It's nice. There's like a markable difference. So like he can still watch like Netflix or like cartoons and shit like that, but just no YouTube whatsoever. And yeah, what a difference. I would always rather him game than watch YouTube for sure. But yeah, when you're in like stressful moments where like when they're sick and shit like that and they're just laying on the couch, man, how many people laid on the couch and watch like Jerry Springer or Montel Williams or Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or anything like that when you're call back to the millennial days, hashtag nostalgia. We've all been there. How about the Drew Carey show? Anybody watch the Drew Carey show?
Green Miss Rachel. And I have gone up to a child and tried
punched
to sing
them.
Old
No.
MacDonald while they
Oh,
were singing Miss Rachel, and they were like,
oh,
"Can you
my
Miss
bad.
Rachel continue and not sing Old MacDonald right now?" And I was like, "But I'm the real Miss Rachel." But I was in stretch pants, and I had crazy mom hair, and they were just like, "You're not Miss Rachel. You're a greasy human." I am Muna Ass. Potty training mamas, I need tips, tricks, hacks, anything that will help me with potty training. I need to get this almost.
Consistency. You want to know what helps with potty training? Consistency. There's literally nothing else you can do. There's not a goddamn thing you can do other than consistency. Because that child, if they aren't consistently put on the toilet, it's just not gonna learn to use the toilet. That's it. So that's the hack. It's just every time you have to go to the bathroom, you stick that kid on the toilet. And then eventually they'll put 2 and 2 together. And you just keep doing it, and eventually that kid will get it. We had the same issues where it's like, this kid's not being potty trained, and then it was just like, nope. And another big thing too is you can just take away the diaper. Honest to God, just put them in underpants, and if they make a mess in their underpants, don't shame them. Don't shame them. There's no shame in accidentally, duking yourself if you haven't learned to control it. Nobody's gonna, you can't judge your child for that. And then because shitting yourself in your underwear is gonna be vastly different from shitting yourself in a diaper. Okay, old folks and babies know. Love them both. And they're not gonna like the feeling of it, and they're gonna want to go sit on the toilet where they don't have to feel like they sat in the squishiest and shittiest blood pie. Okay, so boom. Let's see what Miss Rachel says.
3-year-old out of diapers pronto. If you feel comfortable, have your child watch your potty routine and just know, hey, everybody uses the potty. Read books about the potty. Watch shows that show potty training. You want to make it so normal and comfortable that people go to the bathroom. I think it's wonderful to start with trying the going to the bathroom and being proud to be the reward. If that doesn't work, I think like, hey, a dance party or like a high five. If that doesn't work, you know what? Get out an M&M. And sometimes you just need a treat. I need treats, so it's okay.
Yeah, rewards is good. We did
It's
stickers.
okay to hate playing with my toddler, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to just because you're doing something. And parents feel guilty for this. There's nothing wrong with being like, if you're tired and you're like, I just don't want to play cars again for the 40th time. But you know what? Do it anyways. Do it. That fucking was the issue. No one lives in comfort. We all live in pain. Something, something, something. You gotta get them gains. I don't remember how it goes. It's because I haven't heard it in my feed in a couple of days. Rip, the algorithm's not showing me Yoshi 2.0. Go check him out. He's got some pretty good songs. Yeah, you can hate it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. But yeah, you can hate it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel guilty for those feelings.
Playing with.
And actually, if anything, when you have those feelings, you should really maybe confront why you feel that way. Maybe it's just like you feel silly. Maybe you feel a little embarrassed. Maybe it feels overwhelming for you. But either way, that's okay. It might change for you. You might come to, if you kind of, the thing with feelings, especially like discomfort and stuff when you're doing things that you don't enjoy, if you learn to accept those feelings, it actually, weirdly enough, becomes enjoyable at some point because you're not trying to fight the feeling, right? Like if every time you get a feeling for something like, I kind of hate playing, this with my kid, and you're trying to like almost ease your discomfort instead of just accepting the fact that you feel that way, it's almost going to feel more, it's going to feel worse, and you're not going to feel at any point any better about that feeling. You're just going to feel worse and worse about yourself because you're like, I'm having this bad feeling that I shouldn't be having. When if you just accept that you're having that feeling, you can move on and feel a lot better. And then you'll sometimes come to enjoy the thing that you're doing. So, yeah.
The toddler can be boring and repetitive, and it's okay that you feel this way. No judgment. We all have different gifts as parents.
Look at it, Scooch. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Where the fuck? Oh, my God, where did it go? Yes, that's true too. We all do have different gifts as parents. One of my gifts is I can actually like can kind of talk my kid through shit and give him like different ways of feeling and thinking and seeing the world and shit like that. But I suck at um sometimes knowing when he's ready for something and when he's not ready for something. And that will hold him back a little bit, unfortunately, but that's just like that's my burden to bear. Every parent has a burden to bear where they're not good at something, okay? If you ever meet somebody that's like, "Oh, I'm the perfect parent. I got it all figured out." That person's child is a fucking monster, and it just hasn't shown yet, okay? And that kid will, because like I don't know. I've had experiences in life where I've seen parents like that where they're like, "Oh, my kids are so good. They're so amazing. There's nothing wrong with them. They just can't do anything." And then like pops off, the kid does something, and it's just like it's almost like earth shattering, world shattering. The illusion breaks, and the parent can't handle it. So, and it just leads to bad outcomes. So, you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to try to be the best parent you can when you recognize that you're not perfect. It can actually help you a lot and figure out what things you can do as a parent and what things you can't do. Parenting is hard. It is one of the hardest things you will ever do in life. And if you want kids and you feel like you're in a good situation, but you're just waiting till you're like quote unquote ready, good luck with that. You'll never be ready. Never ever. I thought I was ready. I thought I had kind of, I thought I was in a good place, and I was to some degree. But like, you never, boy, your limits get tested when you become a parent, and you truly kind of figure out who you are because you're tired, especially with the kids first year. Fuck me. Swear to God, the cruelest joke is that everybody starts out fucking tired as a parent because you're in labor, you're in the fucking hospital for hours. Maybe you're sleeping on the fucking hospital bench while your significant other is waiting to give birth, and by the time the kid arrives, you have no sleep, and now you have this little being that you need to look after every 2 to 3 hours. on starting on no sleep, and you just don't catch up. Eventually you do, but the first little bit is just not there. And they consume a lot of time. They consume a ton of your time. So
I hate cooking, and I do microwave chicken nuggets a lot.
Mm.
And I
Microwave chicken nuggets? Yeah, man. Put that shit in a toaster oven. I got home from work yesterday. It was like 5:30, 5:45. And it was like, okay, what am I doing for dinner? And I was like, chicken nuggies, chicken strippies in the oven. Cook timer set, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Leave them in there. It'll turn the stove off when it's done, when it hits its timer. I go have a shower. By the time I'm out of the shower, I can cut up the vegetables, fresh veggies, and the chicken nuggets will be done. And damn sure it wasn't the way. And she's right. You hate it, but you still got to do it. So
can do the creative play. So maybe you love cooking and you involve your toddler in your cooking. Maybe you like going outside and playing on the playground. Maybe you like playing soccer with them. Maybe you do art. I think for 10 minutes a day, that's a good goal to follow your child's leads and just immerse yourself in their world. You do not have to be Elsa for 3 hours. I've tried it. It's too hard. Emacs? Gimme, can we be real for a sec? How much screen time do you let your toddlers have? I think that you need to do what's best for your family and leave behind the shame and the judgment. I do think kids need balance. It's wonderful if they can get outside, go to a class at the library, have some reading. But let's be real. Sometimes you're exhausted and you need a little break, and to do
down the toxin intruders who let this dirt step on my island. This is sacred royal ground. Did you bow? No. Did you bring a bottle? Also no. Filthy peasants. And where's my lifeguard? Oh, right, that useless tortoise. Wandered off again, stupid shell on legs. God damn it, no manners, no tea, no loyalty. What's a royal fish got to do to get a decent subject around here? Nice to meet you too. Anyways, come a bit closer. You could be useful. Yeah, useful in your murder. Good, that's close enough. Wow, you are actually able to follow simple tasks like moving. Now that you are awe-inspiring vicinity of my royal vistage, I shall deign to introduce myself. My name is Sir Worcestershire the Third, Earl of Ashville Forest, and owner of this beautiful island. Wow, that's a mouthful, don't it? But you are a fish. Well, it is what it is. But you, my friend, are hardly one to talk. Look at you. Frail, pitiful, weak. And that axe, what is it for? Light carpentry? Decorative whittling? You plan to tickle the trees into submission? Well, where there is a will. Oh, then prove it. Go on cutting down that stone tree over there. It blocks my view anyway. I will show you. Show you murder. Damn, his money protects him.
The dishes, I remember with Thomas, I was like, he's screaming. I think I'm gonna put on Elmo and do the dishes, and it was okay. I grew up watching a lot of PBS Kids. I had a single mom who was working a few jobs and going back to school. Some of us are in that situation,
Yep.
and we use screen time as a tool, and it's okay. Official William Murray says, I feel like I owe Miss Rachel child support.
And it is. I mean, and that's the thing about life is like finding balance. And of course, like the other thing that bothers me sometimes about professional opinions is professional opinions work really great when everything is going by the book. That's just fact. But when you have things that aren't normal, or it's not always living in real life like situations, it's okay to deviate from some of the advice. Now that isn't saying that, like, you know, where a doctor's like, oh, you should eat some fruits and veggies, and you're like, ha, you expect me to carry around a fucking apple? What am I, a fucking tree? Like, don't be like that. But it's like, oh my god, my child. They recommend 2 hours, and my child had fucking 3. Holy shit, I'm a fuck bad parent. Holy fuck, baby had 4. Oh fuck, oh my god, worst fucking parenting. No, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. They'll be okay. It's you don't miss the forest for the trees when it comes to parenting. Well. I'm almost impressed. Such potential. You might even prove a valuable asset to my grand design. But that axe of yours is a disgrace. Use the gathered stone resources. Forge a proper grindstone and craft yourself a real axe. A new axe sounds good to me. But I'll be back for you. Can I take your whiskey? Give me the beer. Hey, look at this duck. He's not evil, although he does kind of have a... Does kind of look like he has a Hitler stash. What the fuck? Maybe he is evil. Jesus.
At this point. That's really cute and sweet, and it makes me so happy that you feel like I have been helpful, because I've needed to call in my co-parent Elmo at times, and I've really appreciated him. I am so okay. IJ says, I need help. I'm introducing my toddlers to identifying and writing letters and numbers. How do I make it fun? Why is it so frustrating? Help me! So your toddler...
Whiteboard. Small whiteboards, little markers. Make a game out of it. Man, I need 30 stone wood. Whoa. Oh, hang on. Build. We all grow in comfort. No one lives in pain. Something. Fire. Oh. Perfectly roasted marshmallows. Oh, we can unlock the pack. Oh no, we can't. We need birchwood. Psych. Give me 9. Oh, I see that last one on the ground. Doop 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 doop. Drrr, dum bum bum bada bum bada bum 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 bada bum. Oh, big bookshelf. Walnut beams, birch planks. Oh, good one. Walnut beams and birch plank. I need. Okay.
Doesn't really need to focus on letters and numbers, especially in an academic drilling way. But you can make letters out of Play-Doh, you can draw in sand, you can have foam bath letters and be like, oh, here comes the A, ah, 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 ah. You can make it fun and just have letters be part of life. Let's go on a letter hunt and find things that begin with the letter S. But your child's not expected to know all the letters. Yabba dabba doozy 05. Hey, I am 43, so I know this is from the Flintstones. That's really cool. What's the deal with sensory bins? They're awesome. They're messy. Sensory bins outside, amazing. Kids love to explore. Have you ever been doing a sensory bin and your toddler walks away and you're still enjoying it? That's
Yep.
happened to me. Or I'm like doing Play-Doh and I'm just like enjoying the Play-Doh or the slime and I'm like, this is soothing. I think doing things like that, they can get really creative.
I do love
You
Play-Doh.
can have animals that you're rescuing. That's super fun. You can find letters in sensory.
See, me personally, what my educational system would look like, I think ideally, is the first 4 to 5 years of your schooling is nothing but playing games basically. And I'm not talking video games. I'm talking like legitimate, like this game is going to teach you cooperation with other people, right? And you play like maybe capture the flag or something, you know. And this one's going to teach you letters, and it's a game surrounded like by letters and things like that. Like I think this like memorization style schooling that young kids go through just absolutely stunts every part of their growth and like the what is like the abominable human spirit type deal, you know. Like I think if kids were spending more time in school, learning things in a gamified manner, I think it would be a lot. I think we'd see a lot better results because I feel like kids, especially young kids, would feel a lot more plugged into the education that they're receiving. Now, obviously, I don't know what all the games would look like at this point, but I think a game style learning process for young kids where they're moving and doing things and engaging, and you know maybe they have to read rules of the games to interact with their fellow classmates and things like that. I think would be really good. I think it would go a long way in helping a lot of kids that right now don't want to engage with school. So, because it's boring. Like when you're in grade 2 or 3, and you're forced to like memorize, especially in Alberta, like who the finance minister is. Oh God. Of Canada, like that's unhinged. It's absolutely unhinged. But that's what kids are putting up with, so. Birch planks, right? That's what.
Bins. Oh, all the letters are lost. They can't. They're lost in the rice. We have to get them out. Kay Sinjo asked, anyone else with a speech delay kiddo feel defeated? I felt the same way. I felt defeated, and I felt like, man, as a teacher, why can't I help my child with a speech delay? And it's not your fault. Make sure to know that your child is wonderful the way they are, whether they're talking or not, and you don't need to compare. You do need to talk to your doctor and get early intervention so you can have that support. Gas station fitted says big, intricate, dangerous fun, the way playground should be. And then there's a picture of a really cool looking playground. So yeah, risky plays.
Okay, it is bullshit that we got rid of merry-go-rounds because merry-go-rounds are the fucking best because it was like a safety hazard. And then yes, you'll see like playgrounds with like shit like that or other things that are like close to a merry-go-round, but it's not quite a merry-go-round, and they're just as fucking dangerous, and it's really funny to see. It's like why why are we doing that? Why Why are we getting ourselves? The speech part, yeah, the speech part is hard. I know our kiddo struggles with some stuttering, and the problem is like resources are scarce in Alberta for speech pathology stuff. So it can be kind of hard. He's definitely getting a lot better. But the biggest thing is getting him to slow down and enunciate his words, something that I struggle with as well. So, it's working with your kiddo in general. So, which is funny because we've in the many years that he's had a little bit of a stutter, nobody's ever like, oh, you should do this or you should do that, or can we get your resources for a speech therapist? And it's wild to me. So
Actually good for kids. And when I mean risky play, I'm saying like climbing high and figuring out how something feels on the playground. Because actually, when playgrounds are too little and boring, kids will find actual dangerous things to do, like jumping off the roof. So it is good for
play with
kids to
drugs.
climb high and go down a slide that might feel really big for several reasons. It helps them feel confident, it helps them assess risk, and they can apply that to other
Ouch.
things. It's good for them. So something I'm working on in my parenting is not to say be careful too much. I find myself wanting to say be careful, but instead I can say things like, where are you going to put your foot next? Or how does your body feel doing that? I
That is good.
am an anxious person, but
Yep.
it's good if I cannot make my kid like that. Also, if you think your kid needs help on the playground, try waiting a few beats and seeing if they figure it out.
See
You
if
don't
they
always
really
have
need
to
help.
come to
Yep.
their rescue. You can just see like, are they gonna figure this out? Give them a little time.
No.
Wide Dash Performer 9222. If your child could learn one skill that school doesn't teach, what would it be? I think to love themselves, because it's really important that we love ourselves. I think the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. And I really like Selena Gomez wants to do mental health curriculum. I think there should be mental health curriculum starting in pre-K. I think kids need to learn about mental health. And then as they get older, learn about things like OCD like I have. It would have been great to learn that it was a thing and know how to get treatment. So I love that. Digital Practic asks, why do we talk to babies in a high-pitched voice, even when they clearly don't understand us?
Because it's
So
fun.
this high-pitched and elongated vowels like hello with enthusiasm and slowed down. This
I think we
is
should talk to
actually
babies in
used
deep
across
voices.
the world naturally because
Rubber duck found. Rubber duck crew. Astronaut duck.
understand us long before they can talk. They are decoding language, they're assessing our emotions. So it's so important to talk to your baby, narrate your day. Chet Pagelhoon asks, why do children's educational content feel so repetitive and unstimulating to adults? Well, children need repetition to learn. They need things to be slowed down, and you
Fuck it. I'll go one step further. Everybody needs repetition to learn. You met some of these people? Holy hell. And even then, I got coworkers who will repeat the same thing 12 times and they still won't fucking understand. I just made the stone axe, right? Gotta go show the fish. Ooh, so strong.
You are a grown-up and you already know your ABCs, so it is sometimes hard to watch. We try and put in jokes for the adults and make it fun, though. It is my cake day. How come kids are able to listen better when it's sung versus told to them normally in a sentence? I think singing's fun, and I think sometimes you don't even have to sing, you just make it fun. Like, hey, let's hop like frogs to go brush our teeth, or let's be race cars and race to our room to pick out our pajamas. They just like play. So songs do make things fun, like this is the way we
This is the way I smack my child, smack my child, smack my child. I've sung those songs a few times. And then I don't actually smack my child. I used to pick up my kid when when he was in diapers, and I'd pretend to slam him on the changing table like a WWE wrestler, and I'd be like, "Here's John Cena," boop, boop, ba-da, boo. And then I'd like pretend to like, where they pick you up and like, oh, onto the fucking onto the mat. That's what I would do with him. Man, I think one of the saddest things as we become adults in life is we lose our ability to play games and have fun. Like, there's just so many miserable people that when you realize that their life is nothing but business, you're like, oh, that's why you're like one bad day away from the rope. Hey, MDH, how's it going? Oh, we're doing good. We're just watching Miss Rachel and playing some Chop Chop Inc. Playing the demo. It's a good game so far. And we're just talking some parenting stuff. You know, been a parent a while myself here now. 10 years in less than a month. So, you know, it's pretty crazy that I've kept a small being alive for that long. And I'd say he's doing fairly decent. So, but yourself, how you doing? Welcome to the 4 a.m. club. Although, where you were at, I wouldn't assume it'd be 4 a.m., so.
Brush our hair, brush our hair, brush our hair. This is from Cora. Do toddlers actually...
To be fair, I still sing those songs when I'm an adult. This is the way you wipe your butt. Wipe your butt. Wipe your butt. This is the way I pay my taxes. Crying in the morning. See, you can still do it as an adult. We can make fun songs as adults. Kids get to have all the fun. Hell yeah, I'm working today. It's Saturday. That's why I'm up now, streaming away. Every day we're struggling. But only for a half day. We only ever do half days on Saturdays. Good boy. That's exactly what I mean. At last we have ascended to the Stone Age. Progress worthy of my greatness. Thanks for your tip. Yes. Enough of that. Back to me. Look at this predicament. A treasure so glorious it practically sings, yet I cannot reach it. For now I sniff its intoxicating bouquet. But a sip. Oh, a sip. Will you help me out since I upgraded your whole existence? Ooh, 7 p.m. Sure, I'll hold the glass. You take a sip. What? You can't be serious. You must be joking. Right? I command, do not touch it. This nectar of the gods, far too precious for mere mortals. Proletariat, you have to find another solution. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Wah. Chop you into sushi, that's my other solution. But it doesn't work. Rip. Man, time zones are so cool. So cool that the Earth is a globe and not flat. Flat Earther nerds. We're gonna buy and collect a plastic straw for Sir Worcestershire. Oh, plastic straw. $89. Holy sh! You know how many freaking turtles I could strangle with $89? Yeet logistics. Wow, that's a big ass box for one straw. Huh, feels like buying anything from Amazon. Okay, gotta put the plastic straw in his inventory. Wait, does the fish have pockets? Oh, it's raining over here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's raining on the fish again. Yes, a fine solution. A proper solution indeed. Surprisingly, you are actually quite useful. Now excuse me just a moment. Yes, a fine solution. A proper solution indeed. Oh, hang on, cheers. Ah, yes, exactly what I needed. Exquisite. It tastes divine and somehow makes my mouth even drier. Perfect. Just how I like it. Well done, truly, you've proven yourself. Perhaps you are the one. Perhaps we could be of great benefit to one another. Now then, might I trouble you for one more favor? It depends. Look at me. Does this appear to you to be as a fitting residence for a man of my stature? The miserable board I'm forced to perch upon is laughable. Far too small, utterly unworthy of my presence, and uncomfortable beyond all belief. And as if it were not enough, my neck is in agony, forever twisted to the left, stiffened and tormented by relentless pain. I see. I have a plan to give you one of my best corks. The rest is up to you, but the question is, are you truly worthy? Tell me, are you ready for the challenge? Let's find out. Ew, blueprints. Okay, what do I do with the blueprint? Interact. No. Castle board and party hose. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was insane. I can't believe they're really right. Have you ever watched the? There's a documentary about the flat earthers, and in it they're following around. And they're shooting like they're doing one of the experiments where you shine the light, and you're so far away. And if it was round, it would be lower than the board because of how it curves. And if you hold it up, like you hold it up the distance, you'd be able to see it. And it was so funny. In the documentary, I wonder if I can find the YouTube thing. Hang on, give me a second. Where it's like he can't see the light, and he's like, "Oh, that's really weird." Daryl, could you hold it up to like the height that it would be if it was round and you could see the light? And the guy holds it up, and he's like, "Oh, look, that's so strange. Like, why are we getting this result?" Oh, fuck. Flat earther. Hang on. Test. Oh, fuck. Here it is.
You have a backup
Here it
experiment.
is. It's so funny. Okay.
You're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or 17 feet off the water. The Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
It's like, oh.
You know, it's his... we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
I was like, interesting. So weird. So strange. What possibly could be causing this? Like, it's just one of those, like, I don't know. That's just... I always try to be fairly open-minded, you know, to the point my brain won't fall out, but it is a skill in believing things and accepting that you are wrong in things. But boy, because that guy he just couldn't do it. And I don't necessarily blame him. Boy, the real problem in life for a lot of people is when you have an idea and you center your personality around the idea. So, like the flat earthers, where their whole personality, or like political people, where their whole personality becomes the idea that they like, and it's so toxic for yourself, because just because that your idea, like the thing is just because your idea of something changes doesn't mean you necessarily have to. Like you can do it for lots of things, right? Like I'm just gonna use universal healthcare. Like, let's say you're somebody that's like, yeah, government needs to cover all the costs, like, and that's just the way it has to be. Okay, you can have that idea, but if you make that, I don't even know how to, because I don't know if I've done this. I'm sure I have in the past. I don't know if I've done it so much now. But if you make that whole idea kind of like a center focus of who you are, and it kind of becomes like you incorporate it, and it's almost subconsciously that people do it. incorporate this idea into your psyche that when it's challenged and you realize, oh, maybe a study comes out that goes, oh, when you have like a mixed bag where people, some people can pay and you take that money and you put it back into the public system and it actually like really helps, the public side of healthcare thrive when people are allowed to, purchase services within a public system. Because the way my wife talks about it, and I kind of agree, is there should be totally public system. You need healthcare, go get healthcare. Don't worry about shouldn't worry about cost and shit like that. But if you want to do an elective surgery or you want to quote unquote skip the line, cool. But you're gonna pay more, and that money is just gonna go back into the public system to help fund public services for other people. So I don't know. I guess maybe it's just harder. I'd have to think about a little bit more how to describe people doing it, but I've seen it, like there's a lot of issues where it just becomes part of their personality and they talk about it and that's all that they, and if you were to remove that idea, the self-conception that person has would fundamentally change. So, but
Prefer routine, or do parents create routines mostly for their own sanity? Routines
Own
are
sanity.
great for babies and toddlers. They like predictability. It makes them feel safe and confident, and routines are great, but don't stress. Sometimes the routine
Falls
goes
apart.
wrong.
Yep.
And it's just a crazy day, and that's okay.
Yep.
Ulterior Kid 324 asks, my baby cries every time I leave the room. Do they think I disappear each time?
Yep.
So up until 8 months, your child doesn't know about object permanence. Say this is you, and you
8 months. I got coworkers that are 20 years old and still don't get it. I got one that's 56 and he doesn't even have object permanence. If he can't, it was so funny. I sent Randy up the hill yesterday. I knew there was tools back there. I knew there was a level. I knew there was a chalk line. I knew there was a square. My water bottle was up there. It was a whole bunch of stuff. I said, hey, Randy, I got a job for you. I don't want to go up the hill. Go clean up all the tools back there that we were using. Yep. Pulls down a few things. And I go, Randy, did you get all the tools up there? And he's like, yeah, oh yeah. I was like, oh bullshit. Where's my phone? Like, my water bottle's not down here. Nobody can find the chalk line, and we don't know where the level is. So sure as shit, I went up there and I came back with like 6 tools in my hand. I'm like, oh yeah, I picked up all the tools, huh, Randy? Oh, I picked up all the tools, huh, Randy? And no, don't worry. It's not even at 8 months. It's past 8 months for some people.
go out of the room, they're like, does my mom exist anymore? They're out of the room. But when they get past 8 months, they know you exist, but you go out of the room and they don't have a great concept of time. So they're like, when is my mom gonna come back? You can actually sing a song and then walk out of the room and still keep singing it so they still hear your voice and know you're still there. And it's
That's a good idea.
normal. Sounds like your baby really loves you. Eli5 says, why
Cringe.
is it so important for little kids to be able to color inside the lines? So actually, it's not important for little kids to color inside the lines. They really don't learn that until they're 4 or 5, so don't even worry about that. We do want little kids to work on their fine motor skills, and we can do that through Play-Doh, through using tongs, through building with blocks. IL Lux says, how does Miss Rachel have this much pull over babies? I hope it's because they feel that I love them and that I care about them. And I think they can feel that through the screen. They also like my high voice. Let's be real. Soggy War 9907
Soggy War.
asks, is it okay to let kids get bored sometimes?
Yes. Yes.
It's good for kids
It's
to
healthy.
be bored.
Yep.
Remember back in the 90s when we just watched glue dry on our hands?
Yeah.
When they're bored, they often come up with creative ideas, and maybe they are kind of frustrated when they're bored, and it's okay to sit with those feelings.
Yep.
And actually, I just said to my children the other day, life can be boring, and it's okay. You can be bored. Grimfen says, I grew up with Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street, same as so many others. Why then is being kind such a hot take? That's a great question, and you know what?
Ooh, you know what the answer is? Being kind online is a hot take. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being kind. If somebody tells you there's something wrong with being kind, or you're like shamed of shit, you don't want to be around that person anyways. They're a piece of shit. Being kind is fucking waste. Being nice to people is fucking awesome. That being said, some people need to be yelled at. Some people fucking deserve it. Some people need to give their fucking head a shake and have themselves fucking wrecked before they wreck themselves. I think one of the best things about construction, and what is becoming quickly one of the worst things about construction, is you need to have construction is stressful, and having your fifis on the job site where you maybe, hey, you know, stupid, don't be doing that shit, stupid. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop doing that shit. That shit's healthy. People need that more. People need to be told more that what they're doing is fucking stupid and they shouldn't be doing it. And if people are offended by that shit, well, I'm sorry. Like, it's just, you need to grow the fuck up. Sometimes you're doing stupid shit, and somebody needs to tell you that you're doing stupid shit, and that's not always going to be polite and roses and be like, oh, well, fuck, Dave, we recognize that your synergy just doesn't work matching with the office staff, and every time you get up, like, no, Dave, stop it. You're being fucking stupid. You're making real things really fucking awkward. Stop it. Like, if you got a if you keep doing this shit, you're not gonna last here very long. You need to fucking figure your shit out. Boom, done. Ain't nobody, you know. Well, I guess like, we don't tell this guy properly how to. No, like, no. I'm sorry. You just say your piece. Have your fucking fees. Tell them being fucking weird and move on. Done. Done. Okay. Construction lingo.
Mine is strong, and Mr. Rogers said real strength is helping others, and I really believe that. I think we have the wrong definition sometimes of these things, and I think empathy is brave and beautiful and awesome. Friends, what did we learn today?
Everything
we learned
is
that I
awesome.
can't cook, and I make a lot of chicken nuggets. We learned that
you're part
Play-Doh
of
is
the
fun,
team.
and a lot of other things. And
Play-Doh is
that's
fun.
all the questions for today. Thank you so much.
No, Miss Rachel, don't leave us. No. No, Miss Rachel.
Hi, welcome to Midwest Magic Cleaning. My name is Tortoise Tortellini, and today we're going to
Okay, is that actually your fucking name? Is your name actually Tortoise Tortellini? Because if it is, that's fucking based. Okay, what a great name. All right, well, 4 a.m. club. It's time to go. It's 5 a.m. I can't do 4 a.m. club shit at 5 a.m. That's not how the fucking rules work, man. So, I'm gonna call it a day.
If you enjoyed that video, hit that like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get the latest videos.